What's up, fam? Welcome to my new series, 5 Ways to Be Awesome.
Hey everybody, I'm Caleb, and I'm so stoked about this new show. I've been wanting to make a YouTube video for a long time now, but I've never had any good gear until now. Okay, so check it out. I got my own studio. And look, I have a multi-cam setup. I have a camera here, I have a camera here, I have a camera there, I got a camera right there, and right there. And they're all set up for my new show, 5 Ways to Be Awesome. A show where I'm going to teach you different ways to be awesome in life. I'm going to tell you about some of the ways I've learned and also interview some really awesome and smart people as well. Here's a little taste of what's ahead. So as you can see, we've got great stuff ahead. So stay tuned by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Now, why call the series 5 Ways to Be Awesome? Well, let me tell you why. So as we all know, COVID's a thing, and it hasn't been great for anybody. But one thing my family did during this season is read the Bible together every night. I'll be honest, sometimes it's kind of boring, but most of the time it's really good. We just finished reading through the book of James, which is a pretty short book, only having 5 chapters. After reading James, I realized that this little book is basically all about how to be awesome in life. So each episode in this show is going to have a bunch of different ways to be awesome and ending with a focus on one big way to be awesome from James. So with that, let's start with something awesome.
What's up? The next way to be awesome combines 2 of my favorite things, basketball and trick shots. Get out of the way. Let's move. As you can see, I didn't make all of my shots, but that doesn't make the ones I made any less awesome. And if I keep practicing, I'll get much better. And practicing is awesome. Solving a Rubik's Cube, awesome. Solving it behind your back, even more awesome. Oh, not awesome. But smashing a Rubik's Cube, awesome.
Okay, that was fun, but now it's time to talk about the main way to be awesome for this episode. And for that, I'm gonna need my Bible. Camera tricks, awesome. Okay, I'm going to be reading from James chapter 1, verses 2 to 6. Here's what it says. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. So here's the thing. Life's full of problems. We all have problems all the time, and problems aren't necessarily awesome. But when my family was reading this passage from James, I realized that while problems themselves aren't awesome, they can actually help us be more awesome ourselves. To talk more about this, let me introduce our first special guest on the first episode, my dad. This is my dad. He's pretty awesome, mainly because he makes being bald awesome. Say hi, Dad.
Dang right I do. Hi. Hey, everybody.
So, Dad, we're talking about problems and how problems can actually help us be awesome. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. But it all depends on how you choose to respond to the problem.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, there are plenty of bad ways to respond to a problem. I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah.
But let's use a real life example to talk about this.
Okay.
What's a legit problem you've got right now, Caleb?
Well, because of COVID-19, my basketball team has gotten shut down, so I haven't been able to play sports or anything like that.
Yep, that's a great problem. Great example. So your basketball team can't play right now, so give me like a bad way to respond to that problem.
Well, I guess complaining all the time wouldn't make it much better at all.
Yes, complaining just gets old and pointless really quick. So give me a good way to respond to that problem.
Well, I remember some verses in James telling us a good way to respond to these problems.
That's exactly right. James actually gives us 3 ways to respond to the problems that we have in our life. Do you remember what those are?
I think the first one was seeing the problem as an opportunity to grow.
Yes, you nailed it. Problems can test our faith, but just like any test, that can be a chance to grow our faith even stronger. Do you remember the next one?
I think it was to pray about it.
Yeah, basically. Verse 5 says that if you need wisdom, all you have to do is ask God for it and he will give it to you. He's always willing to hear about our problems and give us some of his wisdom to help us to deal with those problems. What about the third one?
I can't remember it.
Trust God's bigger picture. God doesn't cause the problems that we face, but he can use our problems to make all kinds of awesome stuff happen in our lives. We can't see the bigger picture, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. It is.
That's the hardest one for me, but I think you're right. It's hard to see a reason for my problems most of the time, but I just need to trust God that he has a bigger picture and he wants to use them to make me more awesome.
That's exactly right.
So that's the big way to be awesome for this first episode, Learn from Problems. Thanks for being here, Dad.
Anytime, buddy. Just remember your mom and I when you make it big here on the YouTubes.
No promises. And now for another awesome camera trick to make you disappear. Oops. Let's try that again. Okay, that's it for this episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you back next week for another episode of 5 Ways to Be Awesome. Stay awesome, people.